Next, we have big news coming up from the tech world. Elon Musk's Neuralink has received the green light from the US Food and Drug Administration for its human trial.
Elon Musk is on a mission to bring everyone's sci-fi fantasies to life. After a decade of success in space exploration and electric cars, Elon Musk is now looking to take the next step in brain technology with Neuralink. This new company is developing a special device that will allow people to control machines using only their thoughts. So, what is behind this revolutionary new technology? When can people expect it to launch? And what are the hidden dangers of this concept? Welcome back to Money Matters. Neuralink is a neurotech company founded by Elon Musk and a team of scientists in 2016 to conduct advanced research on using tech to improve the brain and nervous system. More specifically, Neuralink is looking to develop implantable brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs. These chips would be implanted directly in the brain and would, theoretically, allow the human to control linked devices with nothing but their thoughts. Official reports claim the technology is primarily targeted at people with physical impairments such as paralysis or blindness. So far, Neuralink has received significant investment from big players like Elon Musk himself, Kraft Ventures, Valor Equity Partners, Founders Fund, and most significantly, Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI. This is a very interesting choice of investment given the fact that Elon Musk has publicly stated that Neuralink's product will better arm humans against risky AI tech like OpenAI's ChatGPT. We'll be discussing more on that later. For now, it's important to note that all of those investments have provided Neuralink with billions of dollars to work with, and they've quickly put that money to use. In May 2023, Neuralink gained FDA approval to begin testing on human patients. This means the company will now actively search for suitable candidates, which includes individuals 18 years or older who are blind, deaf, mute, paraplegic, quadriplegic, or have lost a major limb through amputation. The subjects will embark on what is referred to as the PRIME study. To bring this process to reality, a surgeon will make a small incision in the patient's skull in order to plant a BCI chip into the brain. From the chip, an array of tiny wires, each roughly 20 times thinner than a human hair, will fan out into the patient's brain. The wires are equipped with 1,024 electrodes, which are able to monitor brain activity and, theoretically, electrically stimulate the brain. Once that is safely in place, ensuring no damage to blood vessels or general discomfort of the brain, the skull is sealed up and the skin is sewn back together. The BCI chip operates wirelessly as it sends and receives signals through a Bluetooth connection to Neuralink's app. The app will be able to read the movements of the electrodes and transcribe them to computer language, which will ultimately serve as all the input needed to carry out a particular action. This is the primary goal of Neuralink. The PRIME study is slated to take as long as a decade as Neuralink begins testing on humans. The first group of human trials will take 6 years to complete. The first year and a half after implantation is by far the most critical. Patients will be required to check in at least once every 2 months for safety. In addition to that, patients will be required to come in twice a week for hour-long BCI research sessions. If these go well, the patient would only need to drop by 4 times a year for the next 5 years to ensure the device is working as intended and the PRIME study is successful. Due to this, it doesn't appear the Neuralink device will be ready for the public till at least the mid-2030s. But is it worth the wait? As with anything tied to Elon Musk, what Neuralink hopes to achieve is pretty ambitious. But first, let's start with what's most practical. Neuralink aims to give people the ability to control simple computer functions like typing or scrolling with nothing more than their thoughts. This is, of course, an extremely positive innovation for people who are blind, deaf, paralyzed, or who are amputees. Furthermore, Musk hopes the device gets to a point where it's able to restore full control of the nervous system, allowing impaired limbs to move again, as well as be able to control prosthetic body parts that'll push humanity into having a body that can move just as fast as our minds. Which brings us to Elon Musk's ultimate aim. For years now, the billionaire's skepticism over AI has been well documented. He went as far as starting up his own AI company called xAI because he deemed OpenAI's ChatGPT a real threat to the human race.
You think that's real? It is conceivable that AI could take control and reach a point where you couldn't turn it off and it would be making the decisions for people.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, that's definitely the way things are headed.
But by developing Neuralink tech, Musk might have the solution already. He believes that the only way to combat AI's potential risk of civilizational destruction is to become cyborgs ourselves. According to Musk's theory, supercomputers and humans are very similar in many ways. We're able to take in and process information almost just as fast. The only difference lies in the speed at which the actions are executed. AI isn't bogged down by having 10 fingers or eyes at the front of their head or any human bodily functions. This means that AI can carry out actions simply by sending out electric signals to other computers, and actions are completed almost instantaneously. So, what Neuralink can provide is an opportunity to put humans on that same level. In addition to the possibility of having more capable robotic limbs and body parts, it'll also allow you to control so many different devices at once, while being able to access information on the internet all instantly with your mind. You could even store your memories on demand with this technology. But that, in itself, raises big questions. Now, you've got to wonder whether or not, in an attempt to counter the big scary AI, Neuralink might create something much more dangerous. Think about the ways just the brain implant surgery could go wrong. We know brain surgery is no joke, and if the chip implant has a minor issue, then the individual would be in life-threatening trouble. Another thing to worry about is the ethical and privacy concerns surrounding tech like this. In 2022, the FDA rejected approval for human testing due to fears that the implant may spread into other areas of the brain and either corrupt or collect data directly from your head. Imagine if someone hacks your chip implant. What horrors would that entail? What if your motor functions are hijacked, whether it's by another person or even an AI? There have also been several accusations of animal abuse that Neuralink has faced in recent years. The device has been tested on pigs and monkeys prior to their human testing phase. But worse than that, most of the fears around Neuralink come from the simple fact that Elon Musk is behind it all. And while Musk's ambition can never be called into question, it is worrying to hear the man explain some of the ideas behind the product. Describing it as giving humans the superpower of telepathy or using Luke Skywalker's replacement hand, after the first one was cut off by Darth Vader, as the perfect example for his technology, isn't filling the public with confidence. While Neuralink may be the most popular or most affluent company branching into brain technology, they're far from being the only one, or even the first one. Synchron has been around for ages and received investment from Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos. The company has already tested its BCI on humans and is pretty far along in the process. Other companies like Paradromics and BlackRock Neurotech are breaking new ground as well, but are still awaiting FDA approval to start testing on human candidates. All in all, it's already becoming a competitive field. Neuralink will stand out based solely on the fact that Elon Musk heads it. Some would even argue that alone makes it a bigger prospect to look forward to. It's certainly super exciting what this sort of advanced technology can do for the future. But at the same time, we need to consider its endless dangers.